But ultimately, I feel like if you are in a position where you're feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, and stressed, then there's some toxicity that's there. And that could be self-induced. I want to take some accountability on that. Or it could be the environment, or it can be a combination of both.
How did you get out of that? Because I know I work with a lot of organizations on when we're bringing in topics, well-being and mindset, and really taking the responsibility ourselves to see what's inside. And like you said, there's probably a combination of both, but how did you manage that when you were getting through a toxic environment?
I believe that in any situation where you're feeling like you might be in a toxic environment, there's value in getting an outsider's perspective, because a lot of times we're so close to the situation that it's hard for us to see from the outside what can be contributing it and what are the steps to take to get out of it. Or to not even maybe want to stay in the company, but maybe to change the outcomes of what the environment is. And so, first, I would say one thing that I would recommend is, and I talk about this in the book, but I say grab a piece of paper and write a line down the middle. And on one side of the piece of paper, write down all of everything that you love about your job. Like, what are the roles, the responsibility, the people that you enjoy working with? Like, what are the tasks that you enjoy doing with that you love about your job? And on the right side, what do you not like about your job?
Mm,
Maybe it's individuals, maybe it's
mm,
specific roles, responsibilities, and tasks. And then among that right side, what is in our control and what is outside of our control? I may not be able to control, well, I can in one ways, but let's say I have a manager who is, or let's say I have a colleague who is just negative and gossiping all the time.
mm.
That is definitely influencing my own mental, emotional well being in my current role. So, among that individual, what's in my control is I could possibly limit my conversations with them,
Mm.
or limit the time of day or hour of the day that I speak with them, or choose to interact with different people. So, I think that if you take the time and you really put yourself in a quiet room and take the time to write down these, it's going to help provide some clarity. And then from there, align yourself with a mentor or invest in. I think a mentor is valuable in the sense of there's a mentor within the organization that you work with, and they can mentor you on like what does progression look like within the company and understanding the intricacies of the organizational structure. However, the disadvantage of having a mentor specifically in the company is you really can't be 100% candid
Right.
and be vulnerable about what you're experiencing. And that's where investing in a coach can be very, very valuable, because it's a confidential, like I have each of my clients and I sign confidentiality agreements. Anything that we discuss is
Mm.
confidential. And having that safe space to be 100% vulnerable and say, like, look, I do not like my manager. This is why. This is what they're doing. And then we talk through how to approach it and respond is extremely valuable, because you don't ever have to worry about the repercussions of what someone may think of you in the company that you're with.